One of my favorite moments from my freshman year of college, I went to Canada. I got this shirt. I went to Toronto. I literally went to Toronto for a weekend with my friend Amanda, and it was amazing. And he's super tall. He's only like 6'9". What's the best way to meet new people and make friends in college? Let me tell you, it sounds so simple and easy now, but I was Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are new here. My name is Crystal, and I am a current freshman at Zoom University UC Berkeley. So I do go to UC Berkeley, spent the first part of my freshman year at UC Berkeley, and it was amazing and it was awesome. So I just wanted to give back, and I watched a lot of college Q&As and college advice videos, and I still do because I kind of just love them. So I wanted to film my own, so I asked a bunch of people on my social media and my friends to just ask me a bunch of questions because I love talking and I wanted to answer them on the internet with zero boundaries, and this is how it went, so here we go. What was the hardest part of the adjustment? I think for me personally, I'm a very just head first into situations kind of girl. So I immediately went to all my orientation events. For Berkeley, you go to GBO, which is Golden Bear Orientation, and you move in a week early, you move in a week before, and you basically get into these groups, and it's like summer camp, and you do these orientation things, and it's optional except for one event. So there are people who go, and there are people who don't go, but I went because I'm one of those people, and I actually really enjoyed my group. So I dove in, I rushed, I went to GBO, I made all these friends. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got it so together. Tell everybody I'm on my way. Will you stop? And then, as we started to settle into school, as we started to settle into our own routines, into our own interests, I was like, I really thought I had it together, and I really don't. So I think having to admit to myself that I just needed to take some time to grow, to observe, to understand was pretty hard because I was getting really overwhelmed and I was really just trying to do too much. I was DTM. So once I kind of took a step back is when I really started to grow as much as I could and allow myself to grow. But let me tell you, it sounds so simple and easy now, but I did not let myself breathe at the beginning. I was like, girl, you gotta have it together, and no. So that was pretty hard for me, but it made me a better person. How's the school spirit at athletic events? School spirit is one of the biggest things for me. I literally joined RallyCom. I'll insert a picture of what RallyCom is. So I love school spirit, and when I heard that Cal's student section for football games is on the 50-yard line, I was like, what? So that was one of the biggest reasons why I even picked Cal. Not one of the biggest reasons, but it was a big draw for me to pick Cal. You can always find people who enjoy games and stuff because my high school wasn't really big on school spirit, so I was kind of already used to that and I didn't really care. And let me tell you, half of the people at Cal have no idea anything about any sports. They will schedule club meetings, interviews, all sorts of things during football games or basketball games, and they do not care because whatever. Whereas at other schools, sports will literally be a holiday. You can't schedule anything on there. But I think that game days are really fun, especially if you're in Greek life or you know someone in Greek life, and school spirit is kind of what you make it. There's always going to be somebody down to go to a game though. What's the best way to meet new people and make friends in college? Okay, I would say to meet people in your grade, the dorms are awesome. The dorms aren't awesome, but meeting people in the dorms are awesome. Just go to all of the events at the beginning because everyone will try to do that. My friend Cordy made me leave my door open the first night, first few weeks, and I started to meet people in my hall. I personally met a lot of people in class. I've heard that this is not a popular way to meet people, but I literally went to class, sat next to someone who looked could be my friends. I know appearances aren't everything, and I was like, hey, I'm Crystal, and there are so many phone numbers and Snapchats and Instagrams in my phone from the first week of school that I probably could not tell you where I met that person, who that person is, and not recognize them again. But at least I tried. And there are some people that I did that with and exchanged information and actually kept in contact with. There were two girls that I met in my UGBA 10 class, and that's a 700-person class. And when we sat together on the first day of school, we exchanged information, and literally we stuck together the entire semester, and I still am cool with both of them really, but I only seen one of them more often than the other. Any advice on how to make the most of your freshman year? I would say this is the time to prioritize yourself. because you're a freshman, so you're still growing. You're literally the bottom of the totem pole, and you have so much opportunity. Like, people want like fresh meat or whatever. Like, they want you. You are an asset. So basically, I would say, like, decide what you want, decide the person that you want to be, and basically go get it. There's literally nothing in your way. There's no bad GPA. There's no nothing. So, you know, like, don't let yourself get distracted from like what you want, like what your goal is. I personally got distracted with social things and anxiety and all these like overthinking things, and honestly I wish that I had just like been like, no, I want this GPA, and I want to read this from the class, and I want to take away this, and I want to do these things. And sometimes I like would intimidate myself because I would be like, okay, I'm going to office hours, and then I'd be like scared to go to office hours. But you're literally a freshman, so there's going to be so much slack, there's going to be so much understanding. I personally go to Zoom office hours now because I never went to office hours before, and my professor's always like, Crystal, like, do you have a question? And I'm most of the time like, no thank you so much for asking, but I just like really enjoy hearing other people's questions, and I'm learning a lot. And I really do learn a lot in those office hours just from listening to other people, and I wish that I had been going because that was something I told myself I was gonna do. That's the academic side. On the social side, I think I did pretty well. So make the most of it is to try pretty much everything, because you don't really have to stay committed to it if you don't like completely sign up for something. You don't sign your life away. Just try lots of things. Try clubs, go to info sessions, try rushing if you want, all the fun stuff. What's it like living in a dorm, pros and cons? I'm gonna include this more in my like UC Berkeley video, but I would say pros to living in the dorm, and one of the biggest pros is you're gonna meet so many people in the dorms, and you all are the same age, and you guys all pretty much have like a lot of the same interests, and if not, you'll find someone in your dorm who has the same interests as you, because the dorms are really big complexes at Berkeley. Con is it's a shoebox, so you learn to live small. But when I brought everything back, I literally had a truckload of stuff, and I was like, where did I put this all? But somehow I made it work, so I think that's like a con, is it's small, but I definitely made it work. What was your first meaningful memory at college? Okay, so I did Black student orientation, and so there's different theme programs that allow you to move in a day early. So I moved in a day early, so a day early of orientation week. I, just like moved in or whatever. I had lived in Unit 3, so I like one of the worst dorms you could possibly get, and I lived in a triple. And my parents had left. I was like settling in for the night. I was watching The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or something. I think I was watching The Bachelorette, and I was like, okay, cool, like, interesting. And then my friend, who's a sophomore, she had moved in because sororities have to move in early so they can do pre-recruitment, and so she had moved in, and then she came to see me, and she was like, leave your door open, and I was like, okay. So then the guy next door walks by, and he's super tall. He's literally like 6'9", and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I don't say anything because I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And then my friend goes, hey, and he goes, oh hi. And so like after that, we all sat in the hallway and like chatted for a while, and like another guy came out of his room, and we all just kind of met, and it was really nice. And I think that was just like one of my first meaningful memories because it was literally my first night of college, so I mean, how could it not be? But everyone just seemed so friendly, and I had a terrible time in high school, so I was like, ah, like what? So I think like it was just very refreshing for me to step into that new environment and have it be a positive reaction. Why did you decide to rush? Also, I love you and miss you. Claire, I love you and I miss you. 1, my roommate was rushing. 2, all of our friends are rushing. And I was like, I'm not gonna join, but like, it'll give me a shared experience with everyone. And like, let me tell you, like 1,000 people rush. It's insane. Like, that's just Berkeley. At other schools, I'm sure like lots and lots of girls rush, but at Berkeley, it's literally just like 1,000. So 1,000 girls rushed on the first day. And I was like, I'm just gonna try it. If anything, I'm gonna write an essay about it. It's gonna be a social experiment. I am a sociology and business major. Like, this is literally the social interaction that everybody is wondering how this works. And then my parents were like, don't do that. And I was like, wait, like maybe. And then I was looking at all these other things, logistics. I want to make a video about Greek life at Berkeley. I will. And then I kind of just ended up in a sorority. What's your major and why did you pick it? So I did early college in high school, which means I came into Berkeley with like 70 units. I came into Berkeley with 70 units and associates in business and associates in university studies, which is basically just general ed. So I was pretty set to like be in my major. I want to graduate from Berkeley Haas with a bachelor's in business administration, and I also want to graduate from College of Letters and Sciences with a degree in sociology, and then I kind of want to just like go change the world. I don't know what I want to do, but why did I pick my major? I picked sociology because I took Soc 1 as a night class at my community college. I actually wrote about this in my college essay, one of the questions, and my professor literally had a 1 on Rate My Professor. She was a hard ass. She was military. She was an adjunct. She was like adjunct staff, so basically she like only taught like 1 or 2 classes a semester. She wasn't full-time. And if you ever taken a night class at a community college, you would know that the range of students are 70-year-olds, and they are 12, 13, 14-year-olds, and they are, I think I was 15, and then there are like 25-year-olds, like regular college age. There's literally everyone. And then sometimes someone brings their kid. All these perspectives, which is perfect for a sociology class. And my professor was a woman, and she was a black woman, and she was amazing. She was literally a doctor, a psychologist in the military, and she was so hard-hitting. She had taught at Ivy Leagues, she had taught at Stanford, and she was like the version of the, like a human version of the Socratic method. Like, you'd ask her a question and she'd ask you 5 billion questions until you figured out the answer. And if you didn't figure out the answer, you better pull out the readings because you should know the answer. And it was just really good because I never had an experience with a black teacher before. And if you're a black girl watching this, like, you know that actually means something. It means a lot to learn from someone who looks like you. And if you've always been privileged enough to learn from people that look like you, then congratulations. But then I did, and maybe that's why I'm sociology. But I really dug into the material. I was encouraged to like get after it, and I loved it. And I've taken so many social classes. I'm literally about to be done with my social major next year, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I love it. How do you balance academics and having fun at such a hard university? I think it's something that every single person at Berkeley struggles with. So it's good to get a group of friends and kind of just support each other, make time for it. Like, there's nothing interesting going on before 9 o'clock or maybe like 7 o'clock. So there's nothing really interesting going on. So if you have time during the day, you shouldn't just be sitting around. That's why it was rough, because I lived in Unit 3, which is literally like 2 steps from campus. So I would be like, oh, let me take a nap. When if I, like next year I'm going to live on Piedmont, so it's going to be further. And I will probably spend my downtime going to the library, which is what I started to do this semester for, you know, Corona. So I think just spending your day doing the work and the nights are fun. Okay, this one's good. If you didn't have a car on campus, how would you get places off campus? I took the bus. The bus is free for Berkeley students. I took BART. I took BART to the city all the time. There's a bus that goes to the city. BART's like, I think $4 each way. It's not terrible. And I could walk to the BART station or take the bus. It was literally like a 10-minute walk. In terms of being off campus, it was like not hard to be off campus. In terms of going to like Oakland, I would go to church in Oakland. So I actually had to get a family to drive me, and I'm so grateful, because otherwise I was gigging and I was zipping, and a gig is $15 an hour. It's like a little car you unlock with an app, and then it's $15 an hour. Or you can get a zip that you have an account and subscription with, and then you pay like, there's different rates for different cars. Or I would Uber. Okay, my camera died, so literally that was rough. I don't remember what the last question was. I literally had to just like sit and let my camera charge. So I'm basically gonna end it. One last question that I was gonna answer was, what was your most wild moment in college? Let me tell you. Well, I'm not gonna tell you. Hello, it's Crystal from the future, and I have just decided that I'm going to film a video talking about the random, crazy, wild, fun things I did in college. Woo! Oh, also my birthday. My birthday was really fun. So if you haven't seen my birthday vlog, you should watch it, because it was really fun. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this Q&A. If you guys have any more questions, if you guys want me to do like deeper stuff or any like more specific niche type things. If my comment section is active, then comment down below, and if it's not, then reach out to me on any social media. I'll be getting back to you. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I love you guys so much. Do I still say that? Don't hate, eat pizza? I don't know, but basically subscribe, like this video, share it, and I'll see you later.